The Purge of the Phoenix. The night was my canvas, and one the brush, dipped in the fiery hues of retribution. Below me sprawled the ruins of their fortress, a once mighty citadel of arrogance and sin. The stones cracked under the weight of my heat, splitting like the brittle bones of a long-dead beast. Smoke coiled into the heavens, mingling with the ash that drifted on the breeze. A silent hymn to the annihilation I had wrought. They crawled through the wreckage. These broken creatures who once called themselves conquerors. Their flesh, seared and blistered, peeled away like the lies they wore as armor. Their cries reached me even here, aloft on my burning wings. The lamentations of worms who dared to feast on the marrow of gods. I circled above them, a predator surveying its prey. The wind carried their pleas to me, pathetic murmurs born of desperation and fear. There was no courage in their voices, no defiance. No pride, only the hollow echoes of lives spent consuming, destroying, taking. They clung to life like parasites, unwilling to let go, yet unworthy of holding on. Do they think I do not hear them? Do they think their suffering moves me? They beg for mercy, as if mercy is a currency I deal in. They whisper prayers to the heavens, but I am the answer to their prayers, and my fire is their salvation. Not the salvation they desire, no, but the salvation they deserve. I descend slowly, my wings casting a crimson glow upon the charred ground. The heat radiates from me in waves, bending the air around me, making the world itself seem to weep. I see them flinch, these broken remnants of a once proud army, their faces twisted in terror, their eyes wide with the realization that their end has come. And still they hope. Foolish creatures. Hope is the most fragile of lies, a spark that flickers before the tempest of inevitability. Do they not understand? There is no redemption here, no salvation, no reprieve. There is only fire. Their leaders fall first, their hollow bodies unable to bear the weight of my judgment. I do not strike them with talons or flame. No, I let my presence consume them. Their skin splitting, their eyes bursting, their flesh turning to ash. They crumble before me, collapsing under the force of their own unworthiness. And still, the others crawl. Hands claw at the dirt, legs dragging behind like dead weight. I watch them as they struggle, as if their suffering is some form of penance. Fools, they thought, themselves predators, devourers of the weak, rulers of a world too small for their ambition. But now they see the truth. They were nothing more than vermin, scuttling beneath the notice of the flame. I do not speak to them, for words are wasted on the damned. My silence is there. Condemnation, a void that swallows their pleas and leaves nothing behind. They look up at me with eyes full of desperation, searching for something, anything, that might save them. But there is no salvation. I land amidst their ruin, the ground hissing and cracking beneath my talons. The ash swirls around me, a storm of their own making. The flames rise higher, feeding on their despair, their agony. I step among their bodies, their pitiful forms writhing in the dirt. Some try to reach for me, their fingers blistered and raw. Others simply curl into themselves, as if to escape the inevitability of my judgment. I offer them no comfort. Comfort is a luxury for the living, and they are already dead. Their flesh may still cling to their bones, their hearts may still beat, but their souls have long since withered. They were the architects of their own destruction, their greed, and hubris the fuel that lit this inferno. Do they understand that? Do they see the poetry in their end? I doubt it. Mortals rarely grasp the beauty of their annihilation. They see only pain, only loss, only the smoldering remains of their empire. They cannot comprehend the truth, that destruction is a gift. For it is through destruction that the world is cleansed. Through fire, the impurities are burned away. Through ashes, the earth is made fertile once more. I'm not a creature of vengeance. I am a creature of renewal. My flames do not punish, they purify. And yet they scream. Oh, how they scream. The sound is not unpleasant. It is a symphony of endings, a crescendo of despair that marks the collapse of their hubris. I let it wash over me, their cries rising and falling like the tide. It is fitting, I think, that they should wail so loudly. The world must hear their end, must bear witness to the cost of their ambition. When the last voice fades, when the last body collapses into ash, I stand alone amidst the ruins. The flames around me roar, their light casting shadows that dance upon the broken stones. The air is thick with smoke and the bitter tang of burnt flesh. This is the moment of truth, the moment when their souls, if they have any left, will face the fire. Some may rise from the ashes, reborn and purified. Most will not. They will simply fade, their essence consumed by the inferno, leaving nothing behind but emptiness. And that is as it should be. I spread my wings, the fire surging in response, a final act of defiance against the void. I rise into the air, the heat of my flames igniting the heavens. Below me, the ashes swirl, a reminder of what was and what will never be again. There is no sadness in me, no regret. The world is lighter now, unburdened by their corruption. The fire has done its work, and I'm its instrument. Let them whisper of me in the ages to come. Let them tell tales of the phoenix, the harbinger of flames, the purifier of the unworthy. Let them fear me, for fear is the first step toward understanding. Will return when the world calls for me again, when the rot festers and the darkness spreads. Until then, I will soar above, a flame that never dies, a promise that the ashes will always rise anew.